evidently, a recent article came out with Halle Berry talking about her husband saying that he didn't want to be in a relationship because of the gender roles had become blurred. Are gender roles still appropriate? Do they still exist?
Well, because I grew up watching you cook and mom says she hates cooking. I think that I've always had this perspective that the roles aren't as rigid.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that as we even see some emotional flexibility within men, that we are seeing some flexibility in what it means to show up as a man and a woman in different relationships with women, sometimes being higher earning than their male counterparts. It has had to make us kind of get out of this mentality of what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman. I think that there's a space for every expression of who a person is. And I think that it's a good thing that we're seeing gender roles be challenged and limited so that we can determine what is authentic to who we are versus what is just trying to fit into someone's box. And where do we have space to maybe want to learn and where do we want to stay the same?
The very fact that we call it roles implies acting.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to start not with the gender, but with the acting.
Yeah, right.
And not have a prescripted understanding of what, just because I'm a man doesn't mean that I may pay bills well, or that I make the most money, or that I can't cook, or that I can't sew.
Yeah.
Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you made the best biscuits. So letting people do what they're best at doing is not a role. It's letting me be me.
Yeah.
And then fitting our marital construct around our strengths.
Yeah.
And let whoever, if you exceed at making money and I exceed at raising the kids, that's okay. There's still room for both of us at the table, or vice versa. We tried to do what we do best. I went out and earned the living. I always was the breadwinner. But your mother sat down and paid the bills. If I had to sit down and pay the bills, nobody would ever get paid. I had the money sitting up in the bank account. She's good at that. She doesn't mind that, and she'll trace down every little penny. I'm more prepared to be the provider, but not the distributor.
Yeah.
And I think part of the mystery of marriage is figuring out who's really good at what they're doing and who gets fulfillment out of doing what they're doing, and let them do that rather than prescripting a role.